I moved to London in September 2022 for business school. After getting familiar with the city, soon I started cycling on my daily commute to the university and back. However, London weather being what it is, some days I wouldn't be able to cycle back home because it'd be raining. That's the first time I tried to find out by asking someone at the nearest train station, can you take a bike on the tube? Most tube stations in London do not allow people to bring a bike onto the trains unless the bike is foldable. Non-folding bikes are allowed only on certain stretches of the tube network, that too at specific times. Note that the tube is a colloquial term used for the London Underground network, which is what covers most of the intra-city travel network. There are a few overground stations as well as which are interconnected by the tube network and the larger intercity rail network. But they all have differing rules for bringing your bike, which can be read on the TfL website. So far, I've only noticed a few people bring folding bikes on the tube, that too during non-peak hours. It's a nice etiquette which most people here seem to follow, and if you're new to the city or visiting for a few days with your bike, I would advise you to follow it. Anyway, here are a few frequently asked questions in more detail on the topic of transporting a bike in London, which I have tried my best to answer. Firstly, which tube lines can you take a bike on? Foldable bikes are allowed at all times on all tube lines. The Circle, District and Metropolitan line allow people to bring non-foldable bikes on the entire stretch of these lines except between 7:30 to 9:30 am and 4 pm to 7 pm on weekdays. Other tube lines only allow non-foldable bikes on certain stretches of the line and subject to the time restrictions given above. Another question that comes up is, can you take a bike on the train in the UK? That's the National Rail. Most intercity trains in the UK allow people to bring their bikes with 6 spots per coach for storing a bike. Most people reserve the bike spot while booking their train ticket. Now, another common question. Can you take an e-bike on the train in the UK? As long as the electric bike is the same size as a standard bike and does not exceed 250 watts battery power and also does not require a license to operate, it can be brought on the trains in the UK. Alright, last question. What types of folding bikes can you take on the tube? Most folding bikes have similar dimensions, so you don't have to stress about whether the kind of bike you're getting will be allowed on the tube or not. Once folded, the bike generally comes up to knee height for the average adult and can be easily picked up in one hand. Folding bikes come in different wheel sizes ranging from 16 to 27.5 inch, and generally smaller wheel sizes will make carrying the bike on the tube more convenient. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. This is All Bicycle Rider.